Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August 13th, 2008, approximately 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1400 Eastern Time. My name is Jerry First, otherwise known as First on Forex, for your currency update, because you asked. And I just want to go ahead and, quick disclaimer, this video, by continuing to watch it, is strictly for educational entertainment purposes only. Information is provided not as financial or trading advice. Trading involves significant risk of financial loss. Only trade with money you can afford to lose, and please do your due diligence, and please practice, review, and adjust. Get yourself a demo account. And feel free to contact me at investorseducationnetwork.com. And tune in live every Monday at 1600 Greenwich time, 12 noon Eastern, for the weekly webinar the week ahead on fxstreet.com. Now, on my blog today, I've had a comment that I'd like to go ahead and address. And this morning, the Bank of England came out with an inflation report that I was saying it kicked the pound to the curb. You can see we had a 250 pound drop against the dollar, a 250 pip drop. And right here at 5:30, the pound was trading at about 1.9 to the dollar. The Bank of England released their inflation report, dropped down in 2 minutes. It dropped 100 pips. Give it another half hour, dropped another 100 pips. Give it another hour or so, dropped another 50 pips before it's decided to settle within this range. And so that is the topic of today's commentary, as we have a comment on this from, let's bring up the reader's comment. This is from Krishna. Krishna asks, do I expect any bounce in the pound above 1.9 again, or looking towards the 1.8 levels this month? Well, today is August 13th, so that gives us about, 20 days or so still, minus weekend, a couple of days off. You know, you've got a lot of days here, but let's go ahead and look at the charts, and let's see what we're looking at. Will the pound get back above 1.9? Or are we looking to go ahead and hit the 1.8 levels? There's a lot of fundamentals at play right now as the dollar continues to gain strength. And so let's take a look very quickly here on a 30-minute chart. I don't want to get into too much, but my indicators are saying on a 30-minute chart, it does look as if we could see a little bit of a rebound, and 1.9 is not that far away if the pound wanted to make a rebound. The question is, why would the pound either go up, down, or stay sideways? That's the question you always want to ask. And let's go ahead and look all the way back out at a weekly chart. If we look at a weekly chart, and I'll compress some more data here, going from a pivot point to, and this is not your floor pivot point that the floor traders use, but a pivot point as a change in direction. You can see that going from this low all the way back December of 2005 to the high made in November of 2007, we have tapped the 0.618 retracement at 1.8617. Okay, so we have a 0.618 retracement here on the weekly chart. Looking at my indicators very quickly, it appears as if we have more downward momentum on the weekly chart. Let's drop to the daily chart. On the daily chart, we have more downward momentum on the indicators, but the stochastics are starting to get a little bit oversold, and it looks like they want to cross. However, most people understand that your stochastics can stay oversold or overbought for quite a long period of time, so that by itself does not give me any indication that we have seen the bottom. All my other indicators are extremely bearish right now on the pound. If we go ahead and drop down to a 4-hour chart, my indicators are still negative. Negative, negative, negative. And all I'm doing with the indicators is trying to get a confirmation of trend. And I've got all red on the right edge here. So bringing it down into the 60-minute chart, we've got a little bit of a, it looks to me as if the momentum on the MACD wants to move up, but we are definitely still negative on the indicator. Within the RSI and stochastics, we're looking a little bit jumbled up, but still negative, and the strength in the ADX is starting to weaken, but it by all means is still negative. Within my proprietary indicator, I do have a not a buy signal, but you have to understand how this indicator works, but there is a potential signal here on the 60-minute chart indicating that price may move up. You can see over here how choppy it is. So you have to understand how to use this indicator. Dropping to the 30-minute chart is where it gets interesting. On the 30-minute chart, MACD is starting to go ahead and pull some histogram bars above the zero line, but we're still way negative. We're negative, 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 but ADX is starting to turn up. I'm not definitely ready to put money on the line to say that the pound is going to go ahead and pull a retracement, but let's go ahead and pull some Fibonacci's real quick over here. And going from this high over here, going back to 3 in the morning to the low, we can see that we're holding a 25% retracement right now. And so the question is, will we go ahead and continue to retrace? I would say it's fair to say that we could get a 1.8838 retracement. That's fair to say. At the same time, I would also suspect that if we break below, this is the weekly pivot line right here. If I'm sorry, not the weekly pivot, but the Fibonacci. And if we break below this 8610 range, we could be heading into some more negative territory. So that is my answer to Krishna, who asked the question, do I believe that we can end up back over 1.9, or are we going to drop down below 1.80? 1.80 is still down here. We've got some support just off the fibs at 80.70, 80.63. I am not prepared to go out on a limb and make a projection, because the dollar has rallied quite extensively as late, and so whether or not the pound and or the euro and some of the other currencies retrace, I would say that it's fair to say that we could see a retracement easily, even if the dollar does continue to strengthen. However, the Bank of England report this morning coming out it does point towards indications that the Bank of England may be lowering interest rates. And my point, we'll see what happens. And you can catch the FOMC interest rate announcement live on FX Street as I broadcast it, and the GDP report coming up also later this month. If you're interested, what I really want you to do is take a look here. If you click what kind of active investor and trader are you, you can take a free self-evaluation, and you can find your strengths and weaknesses, determine your goals. Trading. What are your goals weekly, monthly, annual? And be realistic. And then write them down. What are your goals? What are your goals for the next 3 months to improve? What do you need to work on? What are your strengths? And what's holding you back from your next level? You can type that in. You can print it out. And if you want, you can go ahead, and if you want me to contact you, you can go ahead and fill in your information. If you're outside the U.S., please put in a Skype ID, so I'll be able to schedule a Skype conference call with you when I'm available. And click the submit button, and you should get a contact from me or my assistant within a week at the latest. And please be patient, as things are quite busy here. And so I just want to go ahead and say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And stay tuned to the blog here on FX Street. And so again, this is Jerry First with First on Forex, giving you the FX market update here August 13th, 2008 at about 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Safe trading, everybody. We'll catch you next time.